Hey guys, so we are currently traveling in Europe. Yeah, Lenny, my baby is feeding. So we are currently traveling in Europe to see family, and it's been an amazing time. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the clips, but the main subjects I want to talk about in this vlog is about identity shifting and managing your anxiety. So managing your mindset when it comes to different situations that you're faced with and how you deal with them, how you deal with change. Obviously, when you're on vacation, a lot of things are changing, a lot of things are happening, you're traveling, we have a baby, so all these things affect how your mindset is going to react. You have triggers that are going to be triggered, and it's a good way to like kind of grow through that and learn new things about you and develop yourself as well. So I'll share a little bit more about that and what that means to me in regards to flying, how it was traveling with the baby, and yeah, identity, how you can fully be in the present moment and accept what's happening to you and actually be grateful for what's going on and enjoy it for real. So we'll talk more in the next clips, and I'm glad that you guys are watching this vlog. So I'm going to be sharing all the footage that I took, not all the footage, but some of the footage that I took because the trip was amazing. Obviously, I spent my time with my phone filming, not even looking at the phone because I wanted to take it all in with my own eyes, but I was still filming everything that I was coming across, just holding my phone up. And it was a breathtaking, amazing, beautiful, life-changing trip. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to take a moment to show you this footage and to talk about the things that are important to me that happened throughout that trip that were challenging and that made me grow and learn things about me. So this trip was a trip for our little family. So we have our new baby, so we went, the three of us, and we wanted to visit family. So my partner has family over France, so some in Paris and different regions in France, so we went there for that reason. And also it's a trip that we've always wanted to do as a couple, so it was a perfect opportunity to go. So we visited a couple of regions and it was just absolutely breathtaking. So that was the main goal of going there. But then there's two different things that came up for me that I really wanted to share, challenges that I went through and that I want to share for you guys in hopes to inspire you to get out of your comfort zone, to keep growing, to keep pushing the envelope, and to live the best life for you. My first challenge that I wanted to talk about is the limiting belief of, am I good enough? So most of us have this limiting belief. It's at the core of limiting beliefs that we have. So oftentimes, if you look at your limiting beliefs, which is a belief that is limiting you, which says it in the word, if you go deeper and deeper into that limiting belief and ask more questions, you'll find that it's oftentimes the core, I'm not good enough. A lot of us go through that. So it could be, let's say, I feel like I'm not good enough to go on this trip. If you go deeper, it's the feeling of not belonging, not feeling like you're worthy of. So everybody has that in some sort of capacity, and we need to always be working on that and to be pushing the envelope for us. So for me, I was like, who am I to be going on a plane and flying to Paris with my baby and my partner? Like, mind blown. Like, this can be my reality. This can be possible for me. And where does that come from? Well, usually that comes from your childhood. And for me, it came from, in my childhood, we would talk about and see Paris as this dream, as this thing that happens in movies, but not things that happen to us or our family, because we were a big, large family. So for me, I was like, that's not possible. That's not gonna happen for me in my lifetime. Like, it's something I see on TV. I see it as a dream. I'll be a princess one day. I'll go to the Eiffel Tower and all of that. So it was very disconnected for me, and I had to work on the identity and the belief that I am good enough to take a flight and to go to Paris. I am worthy of that trip. It's not just about going on that trip. It's about really going inwards and seeing how is it affecting me, what's coming up for me, what thoughts are coming up or resistance is coming up that I can be working on in order to fully immerse myself and fully appreciate the experience that I'm having of going to Paris, to France. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about, and it's about shifting your identity. So what I did and what I've been doing is visualization, which is amazing. I absolutely love that. So it could be journaling form, it could be vision boards, but having pictures, having journals about the things that you want to do in your life and the goals that you aspire to. So one of mine was definitely to see the Eiffel Tower, to be in Paris. That was definitely a goal of mine, and I had done work on it before. So it was in one of my certification exercises that I'm doing. So I'm doing my certification for life and success coaching. So in that certification, there was a part where they were asking me to talk about or write about, a moment where in my life I would feel successful. And I wrote about being in Paris with my baby and seeing the Eiffel Tower, hearing the Eiffel Tower, what are the smells I was smelling, all these things I was describing by journaling and really immersing myself in that experience. When you do that, you're helping your brain create a new reality for yourself and kind of like imagining what it would feel like and making it real for you in your brain so that you can bridge the gap from someone who would never think about going there to actually visualizing and seeing yourself there and maybe allowing yourself to create that for yourself. So I really believe that if you don't visualize the things that you want, or you don't visualize or even like take a moment to sit down and see, feel, hear, write the things down that you want to accomplish, if you don't do that, you can't bring it into your reality. Because if it's not even in your like, if it's not even in your routines or in the things that you think about, how are you going to attract that into your life? So I think that's a really important way. You could do it by journaling, you could do it by vision boards. So that's one of the ways that I did, I feel like, to be comfortable and change that limiting belief of I'm someone who's worthy to see that, by envisioning myself actually being, and helps you to become comfortable with the goals that you want for yourself. Oftentimes we have these really big goals that seem totally out of reach, like, I don't know, a certain milestone you want to reach for money, a certain milestone you want to reach for trips, for a family, even. All these things seem completely out of reach, but if you familiarize yourself with it and familiarize your brain with it, you'll help yourself to be able to get to these goals. And it's really simple. If you are able to visualize yourself, let's say going on a trip to France for me, and it was on my vision board and all these things, you will find opportunities, and you're gonna look for opportunities to confirm what you're wishing for, and you'll be able to develop that and create that in your life. If you're always thinking about negative things, you'll find things to confirm that. We do that as a human species. That's how our brain works. You believe something, and in order to enforce that belief, your brain will help you find things that prove that right. So try to create the things and believe the things that you actually want to create in your life and the dreams you want to create for yourself. So the second challenge I faced and I wanted to chat about is exposing myself to the things that I fear. So I have a lot of fears related to transportation and to things that are unknown, and they come from a car accident I had around 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And the car accident obviously made me scared of a lot of things that are in relation to transportation and just all of that world. So the unknown, especially flying, it's completely unknown. It's like a car, I'll be worried, anxiety related to driving afterwards, but or being in a car basically, but it was not the same as like flying, where you have no control, you can't get out of the plane, you're stuck in the air, like you can't have a panic attack and exit the plane. It doesn't happen. So that was the most challenging for me over the years since I have had that car accident. And I was always a little bit anxious before that when I was younger. I'm definitely someone who was more prone to anxiety, so I was scared of heights. Like the first time I would take the chairlift when I was younger, I remember it was complete like disaster. But then once I get on and I get confirmation that it's safe, I'm okay, everyone's doing it, I'm okay, and I can keep doing it, and I'm not scared anymore. But I need to confirm, and we all need that. So if you're scared of things like that, like flying, like exposing yourself to new things that you don't know, a lot of change, like traveling is a lot of change, I push myself to do it and expose myself to these events, and I use tricks that I'm going to share a little bit here. But the more you expose yourself and the more that you do it and you see that it's okay, and you're showing your brain, hey, I'm on a flight, it's safe, everything's going well, and you're confirming that for your brain's going to stop trying to protect you and stop trying to raise red flags and actually put you in fight or flight mode or put you in panic mode to try to save you, because you don't need saving, you're safe. But it's using experiences from your past. So let's say for me it was a car accident, for you it could be any type of trauma where you felt you had to protect yourself. So when there's unknown, you're going to try to control the situation. So any type of trauma that you were exposed to when you're young, it can manifest itself in fears. So for me it was fear of flying. For you it could be fear of a new place, fear of strangers. It could be a whole bunch of different things. But the best thing that I for myself was doing on this trip was to expose myself on the train, on the flight, and to keep doing it, and to use tools while I'm there if I feel like I have anxiety coming up, to calm myself down. So I've learned over the times that I've exposed myself to flying, like deep belly breathing was really, really helpful for me. Visualizing myself arriving to the destination. So of course, if you're going somewhere new, it's harder to do that. So that was the hardest fight, was going to the new place, because I had trouble seeing myself getting there because I don't know that place yet. But let's say coming back home, that's the easiest way. You imagine yourself like coming back home and you take the time to visualize that, and it calms you down, it calms your system down. Absolutely. I've also used EFT tapping. You can always search that, but it's really, really helpful. Basically using techniques to calm myself in these situations, but still exposing myself so I can live a full life, and I can actually be going on these trips and actually overcoming the fears that I have, so I can fully take advantage of my life. So this specific point I will talk about in a sit down video. I will cover fully because I want to talk about how I overcame my fear of flying, because going to Paris was a bit stressful, but I was still not as scared as I've had in the past, and coming back, no problem, I was totally fine. So I will definitely be sharing that with you guys and giving you all my tips and tricks, because it took me about 3 years, I feel like, to overcome that specific fear, which was I've never felt so scared of something. So I really want to share and give you tools that you can work on, and you can also develop and be able to live your life to the fullest, because you want to be able to not be afraid of everything. So I hope that that was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the clips that you saw over me talking of our little trip, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this vlog, and we will talk again soon.